Okay, welcome, my dear friends. Today, our eminent resource person, Dr. P.MANJULA Madam Garu, going to explain about the ecological succession, especially in HYDRARCH, especially in water ecosystem, how the succession has takes place. So, Madam is going to explain with full of explanation. So, my dear friends, listen carefully. During the class hour, if you have any doubt, please ask our respected Madam. Madam, please proceed.
Okay, thank you, sir. So today's topic is ecological succession of hydrosere. So already we know that is a succession means that is a orderly process. So which differs different forms of plant communities occupy a particular area before the development of the climax community. So here the succession. So the climax vegetation, it is a stable under a particular set of environmental conditions, and thus the before the attainment of climax stage, the same area which is occupied by a series of different communities. So here these intermediate stages which constitute the serial stages, so they are called as the serial stages, and the whole sequence of these communities, it is called as the seed. And the succession which begins an aquatic environment, so it is called as the hydrarch, and the various stages of this succession are collectively called as the hydrosere. So hydrosere can be studied in pond or a lake. So today we will discuss about the ecological succession of hydrosere. So if the succession which starts in the water bodies, it is called as a hydrosere. So example for this is, generally we can study this in the pond or lake. So hydrarch succession are hydroseres. So here which is originated in the water body, and usually a pond. So here the planktons will be the primary community. So they are also known as a pioneer community, and forest will be the climax community. So which includes several serial stages. So the hydrarch succession of the hydrosere, the various stages of this hydrosere are, so here the 7 stages are there. So first stage, that is the phytoplankton stage. And second one is the rooted submerged stage. And third one is rooted floating stage. And fourth one, reed swamp stage. And next stage, that is the sedge meadow stage. Next, it is followed by the woodland stage. And final one, that is the forest stage. So these are the main stages which are involved, serial stages which are involved in the hydrosere. Phytoplankton stage, rooted submerged stage, rooted floating stage, reed swamp stage. Next one is rooted floating, reed swamp stage, sedge meadow stage, and woodland stage, and final one is the forest stage. So first stage, that is the phytoplankton stage. So there will be, it is a pioneer community. So here mainly the phytoplanktons like blue-green algae, diatoms, bacteria, etc. They start growing in the water bodies. So they multiply and grow for some time, and they fix light energy and add nutrients to the soil and water. So in a pond, there is no organisms first. So here this blue, green algae, diatoms, they start growing, they come and they start growing here. So they are called as a pioneer community. Phytoplanktons are called as the pioneer community. So example for this is blue, green algae, diatoms, and bacteria. So they grow and they multiply, and they helps in the, so generally this blue green algae mainly helps in, that is fixation of light, that is helps in the autotrophs. So they add nutrients to the soil and water. So later, so second stage, that is the rooted submerged stage. So as they grow, the phytoplanktons are growing, so they multiply, and they also, after the death of this phytoplankton, so the nutrients are added to the soil by the death and decomposition of the planktons. So here the soft mud bottom forms. So first, in the pond, that is here generally, here there is no soil, but here the generally, so here the bottom which is rich with the slit. So slowly here the formation of the soil mud soft mud will be formed. So water depth becomes shallower. So as the growth of these organisms will takes place and death and decay of these organisms will takes place. So due to which here the depth of this water will be decreases. So light penetration becomes easy and this promotes the growth of the rooted hydrophytes. So due to which, so this this environment which is suitable for the rooted hydrophytes. And examples for this rooted hydrophytes are Hydrilla, Vallisneria and Utricularia. So second stage is the rooted submerged stage. So examples for this is Hydrilla, Vallisneria and Utricularia. Later third stage, that is the rooted floating stage. So here more reduction in the water depth as that growth of the organisms will taking place. So here due to the growth and after some time, so the death of these organisms are taking place. So due to here the formation of the soil is taking place and due to which here the depth of the water body will be decreases. So which increase in the width of the bottom soil and death and decomposition of the rooted plants which adds nutrients to the substratum. So here the rooted floating plants, they start up here. So from the rooted submerged stage to rooted floating stage. So here the examples for this rooted floating plants are Nilambo, Nymphia and Trapa. So here these free floating plants, they can also here along with these free floating plants also develops like Azolla, Lemna, Wolffia, Pistia, Salvinia, etc. So here third stage, that is the rooted floating stage. So in every stage here what happening in the ponds, the water depth of the water will be decreasing and formation of the soil will be taking place due to the death and decay of these organisms. So next fourth stage, that is the reed swamp stage. So it is also known as the amphibious stage. So here the water level very much reduced and soil and silt level increases. Why this is happening means due to the death and decay of the earlier organisms. So here so soil becomes more fertile by the death and decay of the plants and most of the plants will be rooted but their shoots which are exposed to air. So here the well-developed rhizomes we can observe and which forms a very dense vegetation. So example for this reed swamp stage or amphibious stages, Typha and Sagittaria. So so these organisms will grow and these plants will be grow. And next stage, that is the sedge meadow stage. So here the water level further decreases and soil level increases. So in every stage, that is the water level is decreasing and soil level is increasing. So the plants of Cyperaceae and Poaceae members, mainly the Cyperaceae and Poaceae members will be predominates and they form the mat-like vegetation over the top of the soil. So rhizome, well developed and interconnected. So here have a high rate of transpiration, water level further reduced here. So and soil is exposed to air. So here the nutrients like ammonia and sulfides become oxidized to nitrates, sulfates. So the terrestrial soil formation proceeds. So it will be continuous. So next one is sixth stage, that is the woodland stage. So here the soil becomes drier and most of the time, so here the marshy vegetation which is replaced by the terrestrial plants here. So here the total water content is decreased and here the formation of the soil is increased. So small here the shrubs and herbs are predominant over this area and here the small trees also occurs. So here the huge accumulation of the humus also occurs and here this variety of decomposers in the soil also increases and fertility of the soil also increases. So here examples for this woodland stage is the plants like salix, eupatorium and alnus. So these type of plants will be predominant over this woodland stage. So here the water content is decreased and here the formation fully, here the soil is exposed to air. So seventh one, that is the forest stage. So here this one is the climax community and woodland community, which is invaded by the tree farms, and tree farms the predominant. So in this forest stage, that is the wood, here more and more number of trees are predominant and canopy cover the entire area. So as the trees, so the totally they cover the entire area is covered by the trees canopy only, and light penetration to the lower canopy will be reduced. So due to this larger plants, so here the light penetration is decreased, and the light penetration, they cannot penetrate into the soil. So here herbs and shrubs are highly reduced, and wooded climbers also predominates, and climate which determines the type of the forest. So based on the climate, so it may be a evergreen or deciduous forest, like that. So here the examples are shoria and quercus, acer, etc. So here due to here the shade loving plants also here, they also grow here. So this one is the final stage, that is the forest community, forest stage. So here in HYDRARCH, that is ecological succession of HYDRARCH or HYDROSERE. So mainly here the 7 stages are there. So generally these are also important. So generally reed swamp stage we can see in which type of succession, like that. So there may be questions. So here these are the main stages in the HYDROSERE. The first one is the phytoplankton stage. Second one is the rooted submerged stage. Third one is the rooted floating stage. Fourth one is reed swamp stage. Next one is the sedge meadow stage. And sixth one is the woodland stage and forest stage. So in the phytoplankton stage, that is in a water body. Here in the water body, first there is no organisms are there. Here the phytoplanktons, they start, that is mainly the phytoplanktons like blue-green algae, green algae, diatoms and bacteria. They come and they start growing here. They start growing and they multiply and they increase their number. So due to which here they also fix the that is they also here they fix the light energy and add nutrients to the water and soil. So second stage in the rooted submerged stage, the main plants which are predominant in this stage is the hydrilla, vallisneria and utricularia. In third stage, that is in rooted floating stage. So in every stage, when we observe here, in every stage, so here the depth of this water will be decreasing and formation of the soil will be increasing. At final stage, so here total water is replaced by the soil only. So due to these organisms only. And here the soil is also with here the fertile soil. Here the fertility of the soil also increases, and here huge accumulation of humus also occurs at the final stage. So in rooted floating stage, the main plants which are predominant over mainly growing in this rooted floating stage are Nilambo, Nymphea and Trapa. Along with this free floating plants also like Azolla, Limna, Wolfia, Pistia. So these plants are also predominant in the rooted floating stage. So next in sedge meadow stage, the main plants are here. Mainly the Cyperus and Poaceae members are predominant. In reed swamp stage, the main plants are Typha and Sagittaria. In woodland stage, the main plants are Salix, Eupatorium and Palnus. So as they are changing, so here along with the area also, they are from the water bodies to here the becomes terrestrial. And final, that is the forest stage is formed. So it is the climax community, and here this is mainly it is predominant with the trees, and here mainly the trees like mainly shoria and quercus and acer. So along with this, so here the shade loving plants also, they are also predominant here, and also the wooded climbers also predominant in this stage. So this is the final stage. So this is about the ecological succession of HYDROSERE. Okay, so today I will stop here. In next class, we will discuss about the ecological succession of xeroxile. So these stages are important, and along with the examples. So which plants are predominant in these stages? Okay, I will stop here. In next class, we will continue.